Female cop hears poor girl beg, "Please save my brother. What she does will shock you." The girl's voice cracked through the hospital lobby like a siren no one else seemed to hear. "Please, please save my brother." Officer Emily Carter stopped mid-step. She had responded to hundreds of calls in her 10 years on the force, domestic disputes, accidents, robberies, but something about this wasn't part of any report. It was raw, unfiltered, a kind of fear you couldn't train for. Emily turned toward the sound. At the reception desk stood a thin teenage girl, no more than 16. Her cheeks were wet with tears, her hands shaking as she clutched a sleeping toddler to her chest. The boy's head rested against her shoulder, too still, too quiet. Across the counter, a nurse spoke gently but firmly, her tone heavy with rules. "I'm sorry," the nurse said, "but without insurance or a guardian present, we—" "My parents are gone," the girl interrupted, her voice breaking. "It's just me, please, he's all I have." The words hit Emily like a punch to the ribs. She stepped forward. "What's going on here?" The nurse looked relieved, almost grateful. "Officer, this young lady brought her brother in. He collapsed at home, fever, trouble breathing. But there's no insurance, no ID for a guardian, nothing on file." The girl looked at Emily with desperate eyes. "They said he needs tests, maybe more. I don't have money. I don't even know how much it costs. Please," she whispered, barely able to stand. "Please save my brother." Emily crouched slightly so she was eye level with her. "What's your name?" "Lily," the girl said. "This is Noah, he's 4. Emily glanced at the boy. His skin was pale, his breathing shallow. She didn't need a medical degree to know something was wrong. "Where are your parents, Lily?" Emily asked softly. Lily swallowed. "Mom died last year. Dad, he left before Noah was born. I work after school. I really try." Emily straightened up, her jaw tightening. She had joined the police force to protect people. But moments like this reminded her how small a badge could feel in the face of broken systems and unpaid bills. The nurse cleared her throat. "Officer, hospital policy." "I understand policy," Emily said calmly, "but this child needs help now." She turned back to Lily. "When did Noah start feeling sick?" 2 days ago. I thought it was just the flu. Then tonight he couldn't stand. He just fell." Emily reached for her radio, then stopped. Backup wouldn't help here. Paperwork wouldn't help. Authority alone wouldn't fix this. And then, without fully realizing it, Emily made a decision. One that would change everything. "Admit him," Emily said to the nurse. The nurse hesitated. "Officer, I can't just—" "I'm not asking," Emily replied, her voice steady but firm. "I'm telling you, I'll take responsibility." Silence filled the lobby. Lily's eyes widened. "You will?" Emily nodded. "Yes, right now." The nurse exhaled and motioned for a gurney. "Let's move. Pediatrics, room 3. As staff rushed Noah away, Lily stood frozen, unsure whether to cry or breathe. Emily gently placed a hand on her shoulder. "You did the right thing bringing him here," she said. "You're very brave." Lily shook her head. "I was just scared." Emily offered a small smile. "Sometimes that's the same thing." Hours passed. Emily should have been back on patrol, but she stayed. She filled out forms, answered questions, even bought Lily a sandwich from the vending machine when she realized the girl hadn't eaten all day. "What do you do for work?" Emily asked quietly as they sat in the waiting area. "I clean tables at a diner," Lily said. "They pay cash, it's not much." Emily nodded, listening. Finally, a doctor approached them. "Are you family?" Lily stood up. "I'm his sister." The doctor smiled gently. "Your brother has a severe lung infection. If you'd waited longer—" He paused. "You saved his life by bringing him in." Lily's legs buckled. Emily caught her just in time. "He's stable now," the doctor continued, "but he'll need several days of treatment." Lily's relief was quickly replaced by panic. "How much will it cost?" The doctor hesitated, then looked at Emily. Emily felt that familiar tightening in her chest again. "I'll handle it," she said before thinking too hard. Lily stared at her. "What do you mean?" Emily took a slow breath. "I mean you won't have to choose between money and your brother." And with that, Emily did something no one expected. She pulled out her phone and made a call, not to the station, but to a local community foundation she volunteered with on weekends. Then another call, and another. By morning, something incredible had happened. A local charity agreed to cover Noah's emergency treatment. The hospital social worker arranged temporary assistance. A neighbor from Lily's apartment complex offered to watch Noah during Lily's school hours once he recovered. It was like dominoes falling, one act of kindness triggering another. When Lily realized what Emily had done, she broke down completely. "I don't even know how to thank you," she sobbed. Emily shook her head. "One day you will, not to me, to someone else." Days later, Emily returned to the hospital, this time off duty. Noah was sitting up in bed, coloring with crayons. When he saw her, he grinned. "Are you the police lady?" he asked. Emily laughed. "I guess I am." He held up his drawing, a stick figure with a badge and a big smile. "You're my hero." Lily stood beside him, her eyes shining. "I'm going back to school," she said. "The counselor helped me enroll in a support program. I want to be a nurse someday." Emily felt her throat tighten. Weeks later, the story surfaced online. Someone had snapped a photo that night in the lobby, a crying girl, a sleeping child, and a